Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. How y'all doing? Look who's here. It's Weez. And look what he's wearing. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? He's got the...
beat a ranked team, finally.
He's got the Illini T-shirt going. I can't tell you how pleased and proud I am to see you finally come over to the dark side. Now that your team...
Now that my team's in the conference?
Now that your team is in the conference, yeah.
I did look. They're at Illinois next year.
I was going to say, I don't believe we play them this year.
Not this year. At Illinois next year, though.
And then I think we're back there the year in 26.
I haven't looked that far ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do 2 out of 3 or something. I don't know, something like that. In the Big Ten, the Big 18. As Weez has joined the show, Weez Turner, it is Weez. Today is our Take the Points show, and we are going to talk football, plus a little football, maybe a little more football, and then, do you know anything about baseball?
It's still going on.
I was there Sunday.
I know Oakland hit their team over before we even got to September.
Really?
Because I bet the under on my own team. It got there.
Oh, no.
With 3 weeks to play.
Oh, that must make you feel good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Where are they going to play next year?
Is it Sacramento next year or next 2 years?
Is that done?
They have a concept of a plan.
There is a concept. I was wondering. I was wondering how long it would take. It took about, 2 minutes. How about that? That's great. And 30 seconds of that was
That's actually why I was almost late, was I was getting the dogs put away.
Oh!
Didn't want anyone to eat
hide the dogs and cats. Yeah, well, I don't blame you.
That new puppy's slowing me down.
I bet. Well, yeah, he'll probably speed up here pretty soon as you'll chase him with barbecue sauce in your hand. Oh, we're just teasing here, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on in your neighborhood? Let's get off of Weez there so I don't get in any further trouble with anybody. What's going on in your neighborhood? Now, fun, ladies and gentlemen, we always have a good time talking about this, and it's always a big show. The Shadows of Elmwood is taking place this weekend, just south of Florida there at the Elmwood Cemetery. Elmwood Cemetery is where the event takes place, but you get on the bus or the hayride, the wagon, you're going to get on that at the Flora Depot. The Flora Rotary hosting their 10th annual Shadows of Elmwood Cemetery Tour Friday and Saturday. This year, the Flora Rotary Club featuring the best of, presenting favorite skits from the past 9 years. Ticket sales have started. They'll start before 5 p.m. with the first wagon leaving at 5 o'clock each night. Tickets are sold until 9 p.m. and the wagons will go until the last patron has gone through. Usually takes about 45 minutes or so for the run. $8 unless you buy a benefactor ticket, or $25, which puts you at the front of the line to get on the next available wagon. So Shadows of Elmwood, they do a wonderful job, and the Rotarians it's just a great deal. And it raises money for an outstanding cause. Those Rotarians in Florida do great work. What else going on this weekend on Friday? The Clay City Fall Festival gets underway Friday night. Clay City Fall Festival Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The parade lineup is 4 o'clock on Friday, forming on the frontage road by the Community Southern Baptist Church and stepping off at 6:30 p.m. Wow, that's 2.5 hour parade lineup. That seems like a long time, but maybe it'll be a nice day Friday afternoon. Saturday activities always begin with the popular Clay City Fire Department breakfast and firehouse at the firehouse from 6 to 10. Cost by donation. Pork chop sandwiches sold by the fire department. You appear to have something to mention. Have you been? Have you attended? How many Clay City Fall Festivals have you attended?
Quite a few as a kid, actually. I think I might be the 2-time frog jump champion.
Really?
Yeah. Claim to fame.
Did you use the same frog?
No.
I didn't know how long they lived.
In my world, not long.
Well, they got tired out from the race.
Yeah, in adolescent Weez world, not a whole lot lived very long.
Pork chop sandwich is pretty good typically at the Clay City.
I haven't been there as an adult, so.
I figured you probably went up there as in your job for the paper or something.
Always a busy weekend, sports.
A little out of the a little out of your range. The auction starts at 6 o'clock on Saturday night, and guess who's playing? I believe it's a Saturday night. Guess who the big performance at 8 o'clock till midnight is?
Andy.
This will be a good one. No.
Todd. Oh, okay. Ori
Craw, baby. You want to go Saturday night?
Yeah.
So he might bring his confetti gun. You think they outlawed his confetti cannon?
Todd always brings at least a couple of guns. They're sleeveless. I've always said if I'm starting a band, my band name is going to be Todd Bailey Sleeves.
Well, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, they're non-existent.
They're non-existent. That's exactly right. Yeah, Ori Craw Band, 8 o'clock until midnight on Saturday night. That is going to be fun. You're not going to want to miss it at the Clay City Fall Festival. Heck, I might go to that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Also on Friday night, continuing, it is the Summer Sundown Music Festival. Look at some of the bands playing up there. You know a few of those people.
Oh yeah, seen Sarah Shook, seen Chicago.
I've seen Chicago Farmer. I haven't seen Sarah
seen
Shook.
Taylor Still.
Who's Lucas Wayne and the Cottonmouths? And I think Andy Jane and the Honky Tonk Cabaret. They believe they're from Champaign. But these folks are playing.
Obviously, Bill Poss.
Yeah, I've seen Bill.
Went down a little further, but yeah, that's decent. Solid.
That's a pretty fun little group.
Bill does a good job with that. With all the festivals he does up there,
he really does. 3-day weekend passes, $90 in advance, $100 at the door. On Friday alone, adults are $30 in advance, $35 at the door, $50 on Saturday, and $20 on Sunday. I'm not certain who's playing which days, but I'm guessing you'd probably get to see Sarah Shook and Chicago Farmer on Saturday. Maybe on Sunday, too.
Or there being 3 days, that top line might be your headliner each night.
Yeah, that's true, too. I'm not exactly. Just go to the website. You'll be able to find all the information you need as that goes on at Lake Sarah there in glorious west of Effingham up there.
West Fayette?
Effingham County. You ever been to? You ever been up there to the lake in Effingham, the Lake Sarah?
Been to Lake Sarah. I've never actually made his festival.
I haven't either.
I miss it. American Aquarium was there last year, and I couldn't go.
Right. Yeah.
Well, my favorite band was in Effingham. I've missed it.
I've missed several groups that I just love.
Yeah.
Because they always have a wonderful. He's had Lucas Nelson at that one, for crying out loud.
I've seen him. I've seen Chicago Farmer because of Bill, bringing him to Florida and stuff like that.
Yeah, they always do a wonderful job. Always do a wonderful job. What else going on this weekend, ladies and gentlemen? On Saturday, it is the Wayne County Shrine Club Fish Fry. That will be at the Wayne County Courthouse from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. The Shrine Club having their fish fry. I'm guessing Ronnie and Jeff and the boys are cooking on that. From 10 o'clock till sold out. Menu is fish, French fries, hush puppies. Cost is $12.
Where was it?
The Wayne County Shrine Club Fish Fry. It is at the courthouse. Did you see the? We talked about it. Lucas and I talked about it on the air. Pricing is back down this week. There was inflation a couple of weeks ago, as there was a fish fry put on by somebody, and they defined you get 2 pieces of fish, hash browns and slaw, and it was $15 a head. And I'm thinking, wow.
Well, new number came out this week. We're back down to 2.5%. So on inflation rate.
Oh, okay.
Came in under expectations.
Well, with the Wayne County fish fry at $12, that knocks the inflation has fallen back. Doesn't that make you feel better? And gas is under $3.50 now. It's like, well, it changes every day. Like $3.25 or something like that. But yeah, and I've got another one up here that's incredibly inexpensive. Mason Christian Church breakfast on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. Pancakes, sausage, biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, milk, juice, coffee, and homemade cinnamon rolls. What would you pay for that, adults?
Up to $36.
I would pay $50 for that. That's $7 an adult.
Can't beat that.
You cannot beat that. That's up in Mason. Kids age 4 to 12, $3. Age 3 and under, free. How many cinnamon rolls can you eat for $7? All of them?
All of them.
Just about all of them.
Although actually I eat 2 or 3 of those, I'm probably full.
Well, for a while. Maybe start at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to let me sit there for 3 hours? I can do some damage.
Oh, that's cool. That'll be great.
I have spent 4 hours at a crab leg buffet, so.
Wait a minute. You have not spent 4 hours at a crab leg.
With a group of football coaches. We got kicked out eventually.
How many crab legs you think y'all went through?
Pounds. This was in a
Kretzer's or something like that?
Tunica.
Oh, no.
Coaching clinic.
Down in Mississippi?
And I was the small guy in the group. Eyes lit up when we walked in.
Fire up another jug of water.
Yeah, I was there with a bunch of football coaches.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I bet you they probably saw the prophets leaving.
That would be called a lost leader.
I guess so. What else going on this Saturday? Food distribution. Speaking of food distribution, this won't be crab legs. The Grace Church of the Nazarene in Salem, Illinois. Distribution is first come, first served. Vehicles should line up along Route 37 North, it's North Broadway, making sure not to block the roadway and don't block anybody's driveway. Distribution begins at 8:30 on Saturday morning. Pull up your vehicle, pop the trunk. Volunteers are going to place food inside your trunks, and only one box of produce per household, so keep that in mind. The produce boxes are distributed quickly, so make sure you arrive by 8:30 a.m. Also, final item this week, this is great, up in Dietrich at the Maroon Spoon Ice Cream Company. They're on South Main Street in Dietrich. They are hosting the Dietrich High School formal dress sale. Now, this is a thing, ladies, young ladies who have purchased dresses in the past, probably slightly worn, probably all ready to wear again. It costs you $5 if you want to sell a dress. You set the price. You drop the dress off Friday from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That's today, from 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock. And then tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m., they'll sell it for you. So if you're wanting to go buy a dress, it costs you $1 to get in. Take a look around, see what all dresses you want. You'll find something you like. You'll have a good time. There will also be ice cream, because it is the Maroon Spoon Ice Cream. It's a Maroon Spoon Ice Cream. They're going to have ice cream there. That is just a wonderful deal. Chance to help out the Dietrich High School cheerleaders. That's a nice thing to help out with. What else is going on this weekend, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Peanut Day on September 13th. This pays homage to the mighty and tasty peanut. You may drive you nuts after you share some here's some information about peanut. Likely originating in South America. How many years ago do you think this was? I'll give you 500 years.
Thousands.
I'll give you 500 years leeway. You pick when peanuts were developed.
BC.
There you go.
So 3,000.
3,000 BC, that's 5,000 years ago? No, 3,500 years ago. So 1,500 BC. I gave you South America. I don't know how long people have been in South America. People don't know how long they've been in South America.
It's a guess.
It's a guess. You missed.
I missed.
Speaking of misses, we may talk a few more about those on last week's football picks. But
6 turnovers. 6 turnovers.
I'm having a bad week.
Yeah.
I had a bad week last week. But we'll get to that in just a few minutes. When it comes to
peanuts are not a nut.
Huh?
You know peanuts are not a nut.
That is what I was going to tell you here. Oh. They are legumes, right?
Yes.
Since they are an edible seed that forms in a pod, they belong to the family Leguminosae with peas and beans. When it comes,
is this Harry Potter?
I guess so.
Did you just cast a spell on me?
Did I really? I don't have a clue. Leguminosae?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
In Harry Potter world, it probably is.
When it comes to plants packing protein power, peanuts provide a whopping 8 grams per ounce. That seems like a lot. Is that a lot of protein?
Decent amount.
More than any other nut, according to the Peanut Institute.
There's still more fat, but
nuts, by the way, you know what makes it not a nut? Besides being a legume,
grows underground.
It grows underground. There you go. If it was a nut, it would grow in trees, like almonds and Brazil nuts.
Which is my preferred nut.
Really?
Almonds and macadamias.
I like macadamia nuts. Those are pretty good.
Macadamia's got the healthiest fat profile, too.
Peanuts are high in antioxidants, vitamins E, B6, rich in minerals such as magnesium, iron, and zinc. Also, when paired with other nutrient-rich foods, this wonderful legume helps folks absorb nutrients better. And by the way, did you see that they have developed in the last couple of years? I heard announced yesterday or this weekend. They have developed a peanut allergy, some vaccine type of thing.
Really?
That will make folks who are allergic to peanuts be able to eat one or two without croaking.
So if they accidentally get exposed to one, they won't have their issues.
Yeah, which is outstanding. What a wonderful thing.
Well, like Due Date, where they go to Waffle House despite being allergic to waffles. It's one of my wife's favorite movies.
Which one is
She
that?
uses that quote all the time.
Which movie?
It's the Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr., where they have to road trip because they get kicked off the plane.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's a Due Date.
Due Date.
Due Date.
Yeah.
They
go to a Waffle House.
I saw it like 25 years ago. When
it's like, why would you take me to Waffle House? I'm allergic to waffles.
Nobody's allergic to waffles. Well, maybe actually. There's actually our next one after this one. Our third one of the day might be allergic to waffles. This is National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day as well, bringing the youngest cooks into the kitchen. Kids and teens across the country are asked to take over their kitchens. This is the Young Chefs Academy empowers kids and teens become more actively involved in the kitchens. This encourages children to help in planning, preparation, and cooking of meals. Another focus is to include fostering of family bonds. How do children benefit from learning to cook at a young age? They learn science, such as chemical reactions. Children use their reading skills when they learn to cook and follow instructions. They learn how to do. I don't think any of these kids are following instructions in these pictures. Those look like they're just basically.
Their instructions were to look adorbs.
Look adorbs, and then the kid has to have a tooth out too.
You always have to have one kid without a tooth.
Got to have a kid without a tooth. So
that's the first rule of Getty Images.
There you go. Is it really? You guys do that to cameras when you're taking? Well, that's cool. Speaking of being allergic to waffles, this is also National Celiac Disease Awareness Day, and so you might be allergic to waffles.
There are those people.
Waffles would have gluten, celiac disease, and immune reaction to gluten, a protein found in wheat, rye, and barley. An estimated 1% of all Americans suffer from celiac disease, though many may have never been diagnosed. I've got a friend of mine who has it, and she has trouble. I tell you, if she accidentally ingests some gluten, by golly, you know it pretty quick.
Yeah.
It is
which there's been speculation. Everyone has gluten intolerance. It's just a matter of degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, they're even the ones that don't feel anything still have a gluten intolerance because there's still inflammation involved. Yeah. Celiac is the extreme other end.
So that's the thing when people, there's people out there who make fun of people who are being ordering gluten free like a yuppie or something like that. No, there are people who
there are degrees.
There are people who are the gluten effect. So yeah, don't make fun of folks. High school football tonight. What do you want to see on TV? We will be in Salem, fighting the raindrops. Hopefully, it's not going to rain during game time. Maybe before, maybe after.
That's the hope.
But not during the
I don't have high hopes, but that's the hope.
That's the hope.
I loved playing football in the rain.
I did too.
I don't mind watching in the rain.
Well, if you're on TV.
Huh?
If it's on TV?
No, I mean, if I could just stand there and watch a game in the rain.
Yeah.
I can wear a frog tog. I'm good.
Writing about it and
trying to take pictures and do stats on a phone or a paper. It sucks to cover a game in the rain.
We'll be in Salem as Mount Zion takes on the Wildcats. That'll be at 6:45 on tonight on Channel 98. By the way, Mount Zion. Cessor. Oh, okay. The Mules are playing Assessor. The Mount Zion has a 5-star recruit.
Yes, tight end.
Tight end. I got the roster. He's 6'7", 235 or some crazy number.
I know he's visited a couple of ACC schools, if I remember correctly.
I think he's gone to like Notre Dame and that kind of Michigan and those kind
I'm
of.
talking about actual legit programs, though.
Major League Baseball also.
Not the ones that lose the MAC teams.
I am not gonna.
You hate to see Notre Dame lose. You really do.
That was such fun.
Oh.
That was such fun Saturday afternoon.
I loved it.
Wasn't that a good time? My good friend, I've friends who were with our buddy Hank.
I texted Marty and asked if he was on suicide watch. If Hank was on suicide watch. I've actually got I'm friends with the AT at Mount Zion, and I'm friends with the AT at Northern Illinois. So,
really?
I have connections to both of those.
Oh, well, did you send a congratulatory?
Sarah did.
Oh, that's wonderful.
She's in a group chat with them. So
that's cool. Cubs are at Colorado today. Javier Assad versus Austin Gomber. That's on marquee at 9:10 tonight. That seems late, but I guess they're just starting it late in Colorado. St. Louis.
Rooting for a West Coast team. Root for a West Coast team. I guess
so. St. Louis Cardinals will be at Toronto. That's 6:07. Eric Fetty versus Kevin Gossman. That's on Valley. Oakland A's are at Chicago White Sox. JT Ginn versus Garrett Crochet. White Sox going to get to 40 wins?
I hope not.
I don't think they will. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit later.
Sometimes you just got to root for the inferiority.
That's
when you're at the point you're at now, you might as well just be remembered.
I like that. College football tonight. UNLV on ESPN is at Kansas. Those doggone Kansas. Those poor kids going to be able to get back on the horse.
Against UNLV, probably.
Probably so. It's 6 o'clock on ESPN. And on Fox tonight, it's national television. Arizona at Kansas State. That'll be a good one.
One of the only 2 ranked versus ranked games this week. It's on a Friday.
We'll probably talk a little bit about that. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. That's Weez on Bruce. Back in a sec.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Earlier or something. Who knows?
Yep, who knows? Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dick. I'm gonna switch cameras. I've been looking that way anyway. Actually, I'm not going to. I like seeing your Illinois shirt.
The one time I'm not trolling you.
I know, and I appreciate that. I'll just let's just sit there and admire Weez's shirt for a second.
That being said, 20 points is way too much this week.
I agree. I thought that 28 was too much against Eastern, and they covered that. But I really think 20 is probably.
I will say the most popular bet I saw last week, and one I wish I could have made and couldn't, was 28.5 for Northern Illinois.
Oh my goodness, that was stupid money. Northern Illinois is a good team, or upper tier of the MAC, probably top 2 or 3 in the MAC, and the 28 points. Even though I guess it was maybe because they were on the road at the Domers, I don't know, but yeah.
Notre Dame can't stretch the field. It's hard to cover 28 when you can't stretch the field. Now, should they have lost? Probably not, but 28.5 was way too many.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
That's not hindsight. That was the most popular pro pick I saw last week.
Was Northern Illinois?
Yeah, and I couldn't bet it because I considered running to Evansville.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Let's talk about high school football. Then we'll get to we'll get to the college and pros in a minute. Here's the Cahokia Mississippi Conference standings. I bring them up because we are going to Salem tonight, and Salem, they need a win. They are 0-2, and they've got a solid Mount Zion team coming down from the Decatur area to play in Salem at Jim Finks Field, and they've got that's the work cut out for them.
Was it shut out by Benton last week?
Yeah, Benton's a good team.
Yeah, 56-0.
That was like 40. That was 42 at halftime. That was that was one that you had. Well, I kind of
I'd say that as someone who's been on the wrong end of a 64-0 game.
Yeah. Well, I was in Champaign on a 63-0 to Iowa.
I mean, I was actually on the field on the 64-0.
Who's that against?
Fairfield.
Oops.
Yeah.
And now you work.
Good thing I don't have to run into those guys anymore.
Good thing you never see any of those people. The Salem's got their work cut out for them. It's going to be a tough road to hoe with Mount Zion coming in. Like I said, they have a tight end that is a 5-star recruit, just a junior, and you got to figure. I haven't seen the numbers. Mount Zion, you got to figure they could try to get the ball to him, right? I mean, wouldn't you if you got that guy?
You say that, but the last time we had a kid like that in this area, Carterville didn't get the ball to Luke Ford that often.
They didn't get the ball, and but then you think about the kid that went to Wisconsin from Johnston City.
He got the ball back.
He got the ball every play.
He's still playing up there, doing okay.
Yeah, he's a defensive
Austin
back.
Brown's a good kid.
Yeah, Austin Brown was a good kid. But you have that, and then you also have the Black Diamond Conference. This is a little bit more tricky. Fairfield at 2-0. One of those wins was a forfeit. Cesar at 2-0. So you have two undefeated teams playing down at Cesar.
One of those wins was also a forfeit.
They took a forfeit too, didn't they?
Yeah, so they're coming off their bye. 2 weeks of prep for Fairfield at their place.
And their first game, 23-6, was a little tighter than folks expected over Hamilton County.
I think Hamilton County's they were my pick to make the playoffs as far as that middle of the pack. The Miller kid is a playmaker.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he had like 9 touches for 2-something, and then 4 or 5 catches for 160. Well, I mean, he had 300-some yards total offense last week.
Flora, I talked to Pat earlier, and where'd he say they were this week?
They're at Edwards County.
At Edwards County. So Flora trying to get their second win, get up on top of the in the upper half of the conference.
Two of my good friends coaching against each other. I got
Johnston City averaging 59 points a game. Weez, who'd they play?
One of them was Edwards County, and I don't remember who they played week 1.
That was Edwards County last week?
Edwards County was last week. That was the game the Edwards County quarterback broke his wrist.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
The Jax Duncan broke his wrist. They were actually going in to score when he broke it.
Bomber.
And then backup came in, threw a couple interceptions, and it got away from him pretty quick after that.
El Dorado plays who this week?
That one I actually haven't looked at. I don't have.
It must be Fairfield. Fairfield's at Cesar. El Dorado's at Edwards County. Vienna's not playing. I was just I was looking to see who might have a chance
Do
to
process of elimination.
Yeah. Get up into the
I've
top
got Max Preps pulled up
conference.
Here. They are hosting Johnson City.
So we will see maybe if El Dorado, they played a good second half against Fairfield last week, and they've got, by golly, they have a running game, don't they?
They went back to what El Dorado always did under Brandon Hampton, and then
Peyton Price.
Well, I'm talking the old school. They take their most athletic lineman and put him at fullback.
Yeah.
And give it to him 20 times, and then you have a couple pitches to your, this year it was the Phelps kid or the number 9. Maddox Rash.
Maddox Rash.
So, yeah, they went to old school El Dorado, wing tee, feed your most athletic lineman at fullback.
Full house backfield. Yeah. Off you go.
And they pushed the mules.
They pushed them around a little bit. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun weekend to see how the high school football goes. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. We are going to be all over college football right after this word. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it. Quarter wave thing.
All I cared about was the overhit.
That was impressive. What was it, 37?
35.
Yeah, 35. Hey, folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Let's talk a little college football. What was your big? We already talked a little bit.
Well, obviously, Notre Dame going down was the big news of the weekend. Notre
Dame was the big news of the weekend, although one could argue the volume of points and the severe depth of the butt kicking that Texas put on Michigan was eye-opening.
Yes and no. I think Michigan showed in week one they had some holes,
serious issues,
and then Texas exploited those holes. I mean, it was obvious from the get-go because I did take Michigan because I got the 7.5. Yeah. I wish I hadn't seen that 7.5 pop. I don't take 7. I don't take 6.5, which is where it closed. Money came in on Michigan. It closed 6.5.
It moved down.
Yeah, that's one of those. I knew immediately 7.5 was dead.
I hadn't taken the pick. Oh, when you saw the crowd moving it down.
Huh? No. Once the game got, I mean, 2 possessions in, I knew 7.5.
2 possessions in, it looked like Michigan had no clue how to stop Texas' offense. Quinn Ewers. If you had I'd feel
He's
pretty
the Heisman front runner right now.
Yeah, if you had a Heisman ticket on him when he was 8-1 or 10-1 a few weeks ago, you're probably feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah,
he's off to a good start. Dylan Gabriel not off to a good start up in Oregon. So I mean, if you're thinking about that,
he had 4 touchdowns the first week, but then that's another one. I had them minus 18 last week, and that didn't go well.
And now the college football season is always such a wild ride. You always think you read stuff going in, you think you know what to expect, and it just changes.
It's getting wilder too because of all the transfer stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that what it is? You think the transfer portal?
There's always early season upsets because you don't know everything coming back. We're betting on games played by 18 and 19-year-old kids with an oblong football
who haven't had a preseason.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's always some of this. It's not, I mean, recency bias is like, oh, it's never been like this before. Maybe not to this degree because of all the transfer stuff. And I listened to some guys this week talking about adjusting power ratings quicker now because of that.
Yeah.
And not waiting until 3 or 4 data points, waiting until 1 or 2.
Waiting until you believing your eyes before you believe the paper.
Because so much is in transition now.
Right. Right. Well, that makes some sense.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're like me and if you're like you and you have watched with a pretty serious eye college football I've watched it for 40 years now with a pretty doggone clean eye. You can catch trends hopefully pretty early. But then, like you say, the kids are 19 years old.
Yeah.
And they may get hurt or something like that.
Well, CMU, case in point, one of my losses was CMU -6. They outgained their opponents by almost 200 yards last week and lost by 30 because of 6 turnovers. You can't predict 6 turnovers.
That's who's playing Illinois on Saturday morning, right?
And getting 20.
And getting 20 points. Oh, you can't bet that.
I can't bet it.
We can't bet the Illinois games because we live in Illinois. Or you, like you said, you might have piled on.
I would have been all over Northern Illinois last week. I would not have moneylined them. I'm not going to try to claim that, but I would have been all over 28 and a half.
Oh, well, it's such fun to watch, and it's a good time.
Well, going back to that volatility, there were 6 ranked teams lost last week. Only 2 of those were to other ranked teams.
Kansas, Notre Dame, Michigan.
Yep, that was one that lost to a ranked.
Who else? They lost the ranked teams.
NC State,
you said North Carolina State,
which Tennessee's
really good. Tennessee, their quarterback is a stud.
Yes,
he is outstanding. And who else we got?
Well, Iowa State.
Iowa lost to Iowa State.
Field goal at the end.
Yeah. Which Iowa had that game in control. It looked like to me, and then they gave up a couple of scores late.
If you don't get margin because you don't have offense, though, you always leave that back door open.
And here came Iowa State, and
that's why I kind of like Notre Dame, or don't like Notre Dame giving 12.5 this week, because they're not a team that's going to get margin this year.
Who are they playing?
I have it in my notes.
I don't remember.
I remember I already bet it, and I didn't write it down in my.
I didn't. Oh, you used Colorado, huh? I think I did. I used that as my super dog. Colorado State, anyway.
You took Colorado State, yeah.
I'm trying to remember. They're Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue. That's it.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
I remembered
Purdue.
It was a Midwest
at
team.
Purdue. Yeah. Purdue's not a good team, but they're actually playing better than I expected. Better than folks.
Tend to need to be able to throw the ball more than 20 yards downfield to get 2-score margin, though.
You're saying Notre Dame can't throw?
Not with Riley Leonard.
He's a Duke quarterback.
That makes it even more fun for me. That's just icing on the cake. All
right, let's talk about our picks for this week, our bets for this week. Well, after we give all of our football picks, our NFL as well, I'll show you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you the vast vat of red
from last week.
From last week, but what are you doing this week? What are your picks?
I've
college football.
I'm going back. I missed it last week, but I forgot the first rule of betting on Deion Sanders is the team he playing have a pulse? Colorado State does not. Therefore, Colorado -6.5.
Okay.
That's one. I wouldn't touch it at 7, but I'll take the 6.5.
I'm taking the opposite on that.
For your super dog.
I've got Colorado State at home in the super dog, and
I'm not sure the Colorado State at home against Colorado matters that much.
Well, now that's probably true. What's it, about a 60-mile drive or something like that? One to the other. What's your other pick?
Vanderbilt -10 against Georgia State. Vandy's quarterback's got a dual threat.
I love this Vanderbilt team.
They are fun to watch. The quarterback is fun.
They score.
Diego.
Yeah, they're a good time, and against they're getting against who? Against Georgia State.
Yeah.
Georgia State made their transfer into the FBS a few years ago. They were really good at that level. They've kind of come back to earth a little bit in the past couple of years or so. What's your super dog?
FIU over FAU, getting 5.5 points there.
The battle of the Floridians.
Betting against Cam Fancher, mostly against a team that had 5 interceptions last week.
Yeah. What's Jamie doing?
Jamie's got Kansas -7.
He likes Kansas.
They're playing UNLV.
It's a Friday night game. Of course,
it's a good
Jamie
bounce back spot coming off that loss. I don't hate that pick. But
and that's at Kansas, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I believe it is.
And then he's got Texas Tech minus 9.5 against North Texas. North Texas is a pretty popular Group of 5 pick, maybe get in the playoffs. I like the over in that game.
North Texas is fun.
And then his super dog, it worked once already, so he's taken a USC against LSU.
Different USC.
It worked well for USC. Now he's taking South Carolina, getting 7 against LSU.
This is at South Carolina.
Yeah.
They have game day coming there and the whole schlemiel.
I don't hate this pick. South Carolina. LSU hasn't been able to block for the run yet. Despite having one of the best offensive lines in football, they haven't run the ball well yet.
Which doesn't make sense.
And then South Carolina's got one of the best defensive end in football as a freshman, the Stewart kid.
Yeah.
Probably the best freshman in the nation right now. Already got several sacks.
Wow.
So if they can't run the ball and he can get pressure, that's not a bad option to take as a super dog pick.
No. What about Lucas?
Lucas, Georgia, minus 24.5. When in doubt, pick Georgia.
When in doubt, Georgia is rolling.
And Kentucky so far looks like a bit of a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. If it got down, which I don't think it will, if it dropped under 24, I would be all over it too. And he's got Miami, Florida, Ball State over 54.5.
I like that. Ball State likes to score, and they even though Miami isn't the toughest defense, they score too. 54 is not that big a.
And then his super dog, Washington State, plus 4.5 in the Apple Bowl against Washington. I kind of like Washington in that one.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like Washington in the Apple Bowl. Washington State, I think, has too big a chip on their shoulder.
I've already got money on that one at minus 4.
You?
Yeah.
Well, I will let you do that. I'm not going to interfere.
That might have been the first bet I made this week.
What do I have going?
You have whiskey plus 16. If this was traditional whiskey, I would like that pick.
This is not traditional whiskey.
Pound the ball, keep it close, keep Alabama off the field, play keep away.
This is not traditional Wisconsin.
They ain't got the line for that anymore.
This is not.
They don't have the running back for that anymore.
They're playing. They're trying to score. They're playing throwing the ball. They got a quarterback who likes to throw. They got offensive coordinators who like to throw. It's still September, is why I did it. Is because the weather isn't going to be bad in Madison yet. Won't be windy. Do I have a chance? You don't like that bet?
Actually, I think I've seen 18s out there. So
I haven't made the bet yet, so I'll keep an eye out.
I think it's come down from 18 though. So you've missed the better number, but that also means there is money on your side. So take that for the good news or bad news.
What's my other one?
Troy at Iowa, under 38.5.
I'm gonna fight the Iowa scoring bear forever.
They are 2-0 to the over this year.
I know it. It's because it's been so low. It's been 35 points and 32
they're not putting up a ton of points,
or
but they are
something
2-0 to the over.
One game we didn't get a chance to talk about. You mentioned Colorado a little bit. How about that Nebraska Colorado?
I'd love to see it.
Nebraska.
Throttle them.
I am very I'm very frightened about it's 2 weeks from now
because you guys
we got to go up there on a Friday night.
Raiola's fun.
Fun, yeah, except when he scores touchdowns against your team.
Yeah, even
best. You were talking about the kid from South Carolina being the best freshman in the country, best offensive freshman, maybe
Raiola probably.
Yeah, I would think that would make some sense.
I get the whole Mahomes rip-off stuff, but that annoys some, but it's also put his name on a map for others, and he is spitting image, though.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And he's winning.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's playing well and he's winning. Who cares? Let's talk NFL. We'll do that right when we return. You're watching Big Talk. Back in a sec.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Weez is here, and by the way, I've got the I Am Weez up there on the screen. Anything new on that? What do you got going on?
A couple book reviews. Pictures are starting to show back up again now that high school sports are going again. Okay. Always wait about a week till after the event, and I put those up. Okay. Some political stuff's been up recently.
Like, you mean local or
no national stuff?
National stuff?
I do a lot of. I have basically a page that I keep graphs and data charts and stuff.
Basically,
on,
a statistical.
Basically, a reference sheet for me. When I start trolling people, I can easily find them on my website.
So instead of the 538.com, you're like the 618.com.
Yeah. If you need to know domestic CPI versus international CPI, or projected economic sentiment versus polled sentiment, I got you.
Do people really want to know domestic CPI versus international CPI?
In my experience, no.
You can check him out at IamWeez.com. Talk about the NFL. Week 1 was last week. Hey! What'd you think of week 1 in the NFL?
I think the Raiders sucked. But I survived in Survivor, so.
How about Survivor? Now, the one out west, the big one.
The Circa
with like, what, 12,500 entries. It lost, what, 5,000 or something?
37% or something like that.
Yeah, it lost over 5,000 entries.
I've been knocked out in week 1 of Survivor before. I'm not going to make fun of anyone for losing on the biggest favorite.
No, because you might lose this week.
The ones I'm going to make fun of are the 45 people who paid their $1,000 entry or whatever, or $10,000. I can't remember what it is.
It's $1,000 for Survivor.
And then didn't submit week 1.
45 people
45.
They just put their money in and forget about it?
Yes. How'd you like to have that kind of money?
That'd be cool.
It'd be fun. Yeah, 45 people week 1.
I wouldn't mind the money the 45 people lost. I don't
submit. Just let me have that.
$12 million. Just give me the 45,000.
That's what they ought to do. Is if you get knocked out week 1, the
money gets split.
The money from the non-submitters gets split up between them. Oh. Derek, call me.
Derek, yeah, no kidding. I like the idea. Cincinnati.
Which I used to have his phone number at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how'd you lose that? Change your phone?
He changed phone. I say that I never tried. I assume I lost the card too.
Okay, Cincinnati was the big loser, the big shocking loser. The other
2 upsets were like 3 and 4 point favorites.
Yeah, the Atlanta was supposed to beat Pittsburgh.
Atlanta's a 4 point favorite at home, and Cleveland was a 2 point favorite at home.
Here's a look at what this week looks like. Starting with Thursday night. Now, I ran this on Wednesday, so that's why the Bills and Dolphins. That is an early season big game on Thursday night. I was really surprised to see that get a Thursday night game because they usually don't put that good a game on Thursday. Amazon paid a little bit more money, didn't they?
They still want to get the primetime viewers. I mean.
What do you think of the Bills and Dolphins? What it jumps out of here on these five? Niners had a heck of a game Monday night.
I wish I'd gotten in on the under 51. I missed that. Is what I think about that one.
Oh, on the Bills and Dolphins?
Yeah, it's down, 48.5, 49.5?
Yeah, why do you think it's going to go low?
Night game in Miami. Not going to be as fast.
Well, now that's probably true, and you never know. Tyreek Hill might have to drive to the stadium.
There's also storms coming in the south.
They going to be turning that direction, though? I thought they're coming into New Orleans.
The chance.
For the most part, coming into Louisiana. Then you've got the Colts and the Packers. Packers already down a quarterback. They're a stud duck quarterback, and that's
which is why you see a plus on that 3 instead of a minus.
Yeah.
If Jordan Love's in, those numbers are flipped.
I think he's
a 6-point swing from him to Willis.
I was kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised to see Jacksonville is a 3-point favorite against Cleveland. I guess it's at Jacksonville.
We'll get to that in a minute.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. Niners had a heck of a game on Monday night, just destroyed the Jets. The score was not indicative of the level of destruction. Seahawks and Patriots. What do you think of the Patriots?
I think that was more about Cincinnati and their issues than it was about the Patriots being a surprise team.
Cincinnati had no receivers. They had no receivers. Their top two were
Burrow
gone.
didn't play in the preseason either. Yeah. I mean, in fact, if you look at the guys that didn't play in the preseason, if you bet all their unders, whether it was running back or quarterbacks, you did well.
How about page 2, speaking of the Jets, at the Titans? Titans, boy, they just...
up 17-0.
Up 17.
Getting 4.5 points. Easy money. Didn't cover. I say that as someone who was on the Titans plus 4.5. Didn't give up an offensive touchdown. All kinds of things that you couldn't do again if you tried.
No, there is no way the Titans should have lost that game.
Will Levis took the early lead, and it's going to be tough to catch up for worst interception of the year.
Dumbest throw of the year.
I think he already locked up the Jake Plummer Award.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a bad one. Jets are favorites in Nashville, and
I'm back on Tennessee again this week. I'll tell you that right now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the Raiders the Raiders traveling across the country. Noon start in Baltimore. Do you believe in that noon start Western team on the
yes,
noon
I
start
do.
stuff? Yeah, that's my Ravens are my survivor pick. So that's kind of
will likely be mine. I haven't made it yet, but I think that number finishes at 10. So if you want the Ravens, I'd take them now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Chargers. Harbaugh has he's got a nice little team culture going out there, doesn't he?
Part of it was who they were playing,
right?
But they get that again this week. So
except they're traveling across the country too. This one, does the travel not matter as much?
With the way Carolina looked last week, no.
No, that's right. Poor old.
They look like they might be worse than the Patriots this year. I think the bottom two teams probably flipped this week.
Really? Wow. That's the thing. Poor Jacoby Brissett doesn't get any doggone respect. He's been a good, serviceable quarterback wherever he's been.
He was better than Watson in Cleveland. And they still got rid of him. I mean,
it doesn't make any sense.
Which I think they're starting to regret that now.
Yeah, pretty clearly. Cowboys almost a touchdown favorite over the Saints. You've got the Buccaneers, a touchdown dog at Detroit. Detroit looked pretty good Sunday night against the Rams, but they let the Rams back in that game. And then you have the final 6 games you've got the Bears heading down to Houston.
The Lovey Bowl.
The Lovey Bowl. I wonder if Lovey will be there.
You got to honor him at halftime or something, don't you?
I don't know.
I mean, he got you the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I guess he did. The Lovey Bowl. He got each of those teams the number 1 pick. Yeah, that makes some sense. Which one of these games would you want to avoid like a plague in 1665? Pittsburgh at Denver. That doesn't seem like any fun at all.
I have to watch it? Yeah. No. I'm out. Bet it. There's some opportunities there.
There are some opportunities. All right, let's what are our picks there for the gang? What are your picks first?
I'm waiting on my mouse to wake up so I can switch sheets. There we go. NFL, I am going back to the Vikings, 6.5 against the Niners. Niners are still a little banged up. C-Mac's still going to be out. I think the Vikings, I'm a big Kevin O'Connell fan.
Is that in...
It's in Minnesota. So you got San Fran traveling 2 time zones for a noon game.
Okay.
Coming off a Sunday night game.
Right.
I think the Vikings are competent.
Monday night game.
Yeah, Monday night. Sorry. Yeah.
Monday night.
That's why I like that one. Darnold can be mediocre, and mediocre with that roster is...
He's got some receivers that can pick him up.
Yeah, Jefferson's a stud.
Yeah, Jefferson's a stud.
He's the best receiver in football.
Yeah.
Sorry, Devontae Adams. But.
Yeah. What's the other one?
Titans plus 3.5 against the Jets. I did not like what I saw from the Jets.
The Jets, if you're a Jets fan, Jets fans had the best preseason of all time. They were so happy.
Let me rephrase what I just said, though. I liked what I saw from the Jets because I don't like Aaron Rodgers. But
betting on the Jets.
Yes.
If you were forced to bet on the Jets, you don't like what you see.
The Titans were a box score fraud losers. I mean, they should have beat the Bears.
They should have beat the Bears. So what's Jamie have?
Jamie has the over 48.5 on the Dolphins Bills, which, like I said, that was at 51. So he's catching the bounce back there a little bit.
Where is that Dolphins Bills? There it is.
Yeah.
On Thursday night. Okay.
Yeah, I would have taken under 51 at 48.5. I'd probably lean towards the over.
Okay. Yeah. 28-20.
And then he's got the over on the Lions-Bucks game over 51.5.
He's Mr. Over this week.
Well, Jamie's pretty square usually.
Yeah.
Lucas is opposite me on one.
Really?
He took the 49ers minus 6.5.
Really?
So we're head-to-head on that one. Pizza bet, Lucas. And then he's with me on the other one, Titans plus 3.5.
You guys picked the same games?
Same 2 games, just opposite on one of them.
Well, that's good, clean fun. What's mine?
You have the Eagles minus 6.5 against the Falcons. I don't blame you there. Did not like what I saw from Kirk Cousins.
I would probably
had to keep him in shot. He's not moving well. He never moved out of the pocket.
That would probably have been my my survivor bet, but I had already chosen the Ravens. I might switch it to the Eagles. I haven't done. I'm not in full yet. What's my other
one? Ravens. You put plus 8.5. I'm not allowing you to have that one.
What? That was a mistake, wasn't it? How about minus 8.5?
And like I said, that will finish at 10,
let's move to 9.5. It was 8.5 when I looked at it. And like an hour later, when I printed this, it's not 9.5.
Yeah,
it's going moving the other way.
It's going to 10.
How come? Well, you see, I haven't bet it yet. Why don't they? Hey, time out, Vegas.
Did you see Bet365 this week?
What's that?
Which they're not in Illinois, so I can't use them yet. But the 49ers running back, when
Mason,
when his total was at 13.5, minus 110.
Oh, really?
Well,
this week?
This last week.
For last week's game?
Last week's game.
Oh, okay.
People bet it.
Sure.
They refused to pay it.
You can't refuse to pay that.
They said it was a pricing mistake. It should have been minus 5,000. And so you won the bet, but they're only paying it minus 5,000 off your wager.
Oh.
Yeah.
So everybody's getting like a nickel on $10 or something like that.
Yeah, they've been criticized pretty heavy for that one.
Oh, they ought to be.
Yes.
They ought to be. Here's what we have going, folks. Pay no attention to those red streaks in the above you there. But those are our picks for this week. Take a picture and then throw them away, I would say. Although I got to tell you, I still like whiskey plus 16.
Yeah, I followed up the great 5-0 week with the that's actually 1-4.
Yeah, that's a lot of green followed by a lot of red.
Yeah, that's nature of betting.
Nature of betting. The team, as a team though, we are still over 500, right? 13-11 in college and 4-4 in pro. So
yeah, actually, I tweet out, if you follow me on Twitter, I tweet out a lot of my bets and put something about being 16-4 week 1, so bet week 2 accordingly. Turns out
you had it right.
I nailed it.
It's cool. Hey, folks, thanks for watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have an outstanding weekend betting. What's the game you got to see? Quickly.
There's not one college this week.
Quickly.
Friday night. See if Arizona keep the longest winning streak in college sports going.
Arizona, Kansas State. Kansas State's supposed to be the best crowd in the Big 12. Sounds like fun. See y'all later. Have a great day.